Yeah.
Hey,
I keep on telling you well.
hey, look at
You don't come home from nights out.
I say I've been hustling in and out the door for every dollar, no discussing it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back, one. Welcome back, all. It is not Monday night. It is Thursday night. My name is Chad Brock. Nobody knows what I'm doing here. But over here, the man that lives down by the Tennessee River, he pedals that Jackson kayak so fast down that river, the women go, "Who is that man?" And the children go, "There goes that man." Jason, the Bassin Bachelor Cassidy is in the house tonight. That's a
Meow, meow,
mouthful, bud.
meow. Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, we're late. We're late to this party this
Yeah.
week, and feel it.
Well,
Feel it,
there's
man.
there's good reason, man. I mean, we threw out some derbs this past weekend. We had 4 tournaments across the country, so
Yeah,
it's a
it has
full plate.
taken us a hot minute to get reorganized, and
You were
it's
you were
good
down
to
there
be
in
back
Kentucky
here.
Lake, Chad. You were busy. You were doing a little bass, and you had to do a little recuperating yourself, didn't you? Come on,
Well, and
let's talk about
it's nice
Chad.
to be it's nice to be back in the control center where I've actually got a handle on my computer and I'm not locked out of a cabin in case anybody watched that disaster episode last week. I don't even think I've got it shared to the Spotify yet. That's how far behind I
Yeah.
am.
That's why I got the hat
But
on today, Chad. We're doing the low brow, and shout out to you being back in Indiana, Jim Neighbors, R.I.P. But yeah, it's May in Indianapolis, baby. They're getting ready to go zoom zoom fast in Indy.
yes, it is 500 month races all month
Hmm.
long. The build up to the big show.
Yes, I like that Katawa cup you be sipping out of, Chad.
Mhm. Mhm.
Shout out.
Um Shout out Katawa. But yeah, man. The For those of you guys that don't know or haven't been tuned in or don't follow USA Bassin on both pages, wild 10 days over the last from April into the first weekend in here in May. We give away two brand new Bass Cat boats. Gave away a brand new Bass Cat Bobcat at the Silver Cup, and then we turned around. We had the Big Bass Classic presented by Strike King and Lose. And then we had the Tournament of Champions by Miller Tech. And then we turned around and we had the Classic. Over 900 anglers
Mm.
came through the lines at Kentucky Dam Marina over the last couple weekends on the boat side of things. And it was busy. It was busy,
Yeah,
very
that's a
busy.
lot of folks, man, to roll through any tournament. But yeah, 900 people to roll through weigh-in lines, go through boat checks. Not to mention getting
It
out up
was
there and spreading out on the water. I mean, that's a gaggle of people. That's a lot of folks.
well, and between the LBL region, um, it's really pretty crazy. Like everybody spreads out pretty easily. And there was other tournaments going on. It wasn't just us that were there.
Mhm.
There were some high school tournaments that had 130 boats, and they were out there. And I'm sure there were some local club tournaments that were going on as well. But overall, it was a great show. You know, what is a show without some hiccups along the way? But we got through them. We got through
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Shout out to Levi Cole and Grant. They just went back to back, Jason. Back to back USA
That's
Bassin Classic champions. So they've won two Bass Cat Panteras.
that's so impressive. Yeah, a couple boats in a 24-month time frame. I mean that's an incredible feat, and to beat that number of anglers, not to mention the caliber anglers that qualify for that particular tournament that they won. That's the A teams you're going against. You know what I mean? Those are some sticks. There's some big names in there. A lot of people would recognize these names across the larger fishing platforms across America. And for those fellows to go out there and lay up 40 plus pounds of bass on Kentucky and Barkley Lakes to take their second consecutive reigning and defending, USA Bass and Classic champions. That's an impressive feat. So shout out to those boys for getting it done. And hey, if you're in the market for a brand new Bass Cat boat, I know where there's
Guarantee
going to be
you.
one for sale.
Yeah, they're probably one at High Tech Marina right now. Um,
Guarantee.
but yeah, shout out to those guys. They did an awesome job, and it's cool. Couldn't have a better representative to go 2 time back to back. And it was cool, man. You realize what we're doing and the culmination of all these people coming from different states and to fish these big events. And it'll be the same with the kayak classic. We've seen it before, but moms and dads were out there, and they had the horns and the shakers, and when the kids come up and weighed in, and we had high school kids, we had college kids, we had grown ass working dudes, and it was a time. I mean, it was a time. The parking lot was full on the final day, and it was exciting to watch the kids get away in, and when the
Yeah.
boys come down with their trophies, and mom and dad had to get a picture with them and their trophies and stuff like that. It just tells you the magnitude that winning something like a national championship really is, Jason.
Yeah. And really, flies that USA Bassin banner high. I mean, obviously, we are located in the United States of America, but a country that's literally made up of billions of immigrants that have came here through our borders over the nearly 250 years of our existence. You got white, black, Asians, Hispanics, young, old, women, men, everybody in these tournaments, and it's a really cool thing to see all that under one banner, under one flag, and a national championship, a true national champion of all those mixes is what you get. It's not pros, it's not amateurs, it's not hers, it's not couples, it's not all guys or all gals. It's young and old, everybody getting out there and getting after it, and getting it done.
Absolutely. But buddy, we got like 4 tournaments to break down here. I know I told Gordon and Gordy that we were going to start with them, but I seen some of our Tennessee guys pop in, and we're waiting on Andy to kind of get off the road here. So let's go ahead and kick it off with some Tennessee talk, Jason.
Yeah.
Go ahead and lay out that venue for us here real quick
Yeah.
while I'm
So
sharing the screen.
for our fourth event of the year, we had a solo endeavor out there on Parksville Lake, or Ocoee, as some call it. It's a dammed reservoir on the Ocoee River. It's the tail end. It's the last lake of three relatively small lakes, deep highland reservoir impoundment. It fishes a lot like Lake Hartwell. A lot of our local pros, Jacob Wheeler being one of them, will actually they'll go out there and fish and practice for tournaments that have herring in them, because the lake's full of herring, and it's full of large Alabama spotted bass. So it sets up very similar to a lot of your herring lakes across the country. So they'll run out there to Parksville and shake a minnow at them, and get an idea of what's going on for that particular time of year, because it sets up very similar. That's and a little history fact to it. The Ocoee is where the 1994, I believe, the Olympic Games, the Summer Olympics that were held in the Atlanta area, they held the whitewater portion on the upper stretches of the Ocoee that lead into Parksville Lake, where we fished at this past weekend. So, if you're a history buff, a sports buff, or just an outdoorsman, it's a hell of a place to go fish. There's a black bear sanctuary nearby, where they basically take all the bad boy bears that be getting in your trash and haunting your kids. So they relocate them to the wonderful southeast Tennessee region in our backyard here. And yeah, it's a really cool fishery. Fish tough for couple of us, not so much for our winter, but yeah, great body of water, a lot of fun. Just us guys out there for the USA Bassin, so a little smaller
Looks like there
turnout,
was
but
some
always a
fish
good time.
catching going on though, man. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
everybody on the board's got fish.
yeah, everybody caught fish. I think we just had one guy that did not catch a limit, and he was fortunate to go ahead and hook into the big bass of the tournament. Young man named Fisher Lloyd
Hmm.
fishes with us out of North Georgia. He's a hammer. The kid knows how to, look at the screen. He can throw them big glides, and he
And he's
he's
here.
he
And he's
surprised
here.
he's not he's probably not too far from a lake or a glide bait right now. Fisher Lloyd in the house. Fisher, if you got a copy on us, buddy.
Sorry, I was muted.
Ah, there you go, Fisher. Well, hey,
Well,
man,
Fisher,
welcome to the
tell us
show,
where you're
baby.
from, man. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what kind of kayak you're fishing in. Give us the rundown.
The hills of North Georgia. So originally grew up in Chatsworth, but I'm out here in Tunnel Hill now. Got into a XTR 130 last season, and that's what I've been running with ever since. It's, the best platform I've ever been on.
Nice, man. Nice. So let's talk about that big fish, man. Set us up. How'd this dude come? How'd it come about?
Well, I'll go ahead and add that, like, probably 30 minutes into the tournament, I lost a fish that was probably another 2 inches longer. But I think I hooked into that fish at 228. Lines out was at 230, and I could tell it was a pretty good fish. So it's kind of trying to horse him in, but also finesse it at the same time. Wasn't trying to lose another fish because that's pretty much what I did all day was lose fish. But I managed to get him in, and I was kind of lollygagging around, and then I was like, oh, wait, I've got to have this fish on the board by 2:30 and take a picture. So got the hooked out, slapped him down, and got a picture right in time. Had about 10 or 12 seconds left, I think.
Yeah, no rush on that,
Yeah,
no big
no.
deal. Yeah, so having that large platform, that XTR, definitely a large vessel. How do you think that played into you, at the end of that catch, getting a fish, knowing that, you've got that big platform to throw it up there, you can jump on top of it literally on that kind of a boat. Does that play into your mind at all? Just asking from a smaller kayak guy.
Yeah, so I feel like it definitely, it's a positive for me because I grew up fishing out of a bass boat, and 99% of the time, besides when you're running to your next spot, you're standing on a bass boat, and so I wasn't able to do that in my first kayak. Once I got that XTR, I probably stand 95% of the time. So it's something that I'm comfortable with because I'm used to it, and I feel like it definitely helps me, be able to finesse fish and horse them in, get the right angles on them, all that. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can let the folks at home know as much or as little as you want. But I kind of preluded you coming onto the show with you like to throw those big swim baits, the glides. You definitely have piqued my interest in that niche of the fishing game for sure. But you want to share with folks how you caught your big bass?
Well, I was hoping that the lake was going to be setting up. I think we're still couple weeks out from the fish really schooling up hard, but I'd say about maybe 1:30, 1:45 I was scoping and started to see some of the schools of bigger fish starting to merge together, and I was really anything that you could get down there to them they would come up after. I ended up catching that one on a Berkeley Credge, just solid chrome. I think it's the maybe in the half-ounce model, but it's pretty crazy fishing that visibility of water. It's obviously very, very clear lake, and those fish were probably, I think I was in about 55 foot of water. They were about 35 foot suspended, and it took me getting my bait down there a whole 15 feet, and them spotted bass are super aggressive. So once you see the first fish from the school starting to pull off, come up towards your bait, start reeling, and the whole school follows them. And I just looked up and was able to catch one of the better fish out of the group, I guess.
That's super cool, and a great way to build up some confidence in the scoping game.
Oh, yeah.
When you get that angry mob of spotted basses coming at your lure, that definitely doesn't hurt the confidence for sure.
I don't know. It's a whole lot of fun to watch too because, you can see them on the screen, but throwing a bait like the Credge, whenever you just straight reel it, the angle of the lip brings it straight up, and so you can quite literally watch them fish fighting for it right below the surface.
Oh man, that's legit. That's a good time. Well,
Oh,
heck,
yeah.
man, great job on the big bass. I know it wasn't quite the finish you wanted, but looking at the the leaderboard and the points acquired. It looks like I think if you get one more decent finish in our last tournament, you could qualify for that classic down there on Lake Barkley in the big city of Katawa. You gonna make a run at it this
Metropolis.
year?
Yeah, it's pretty convenient. I actually have a cousin that lives on Barkley, so I talked to him the other day, and I'd like to try to get that last tournament in with y'all, and if I can get a decent finish. I don't have the best luck with Chickamauga, but I'm sure I can maybe figure something out to get me up to the classic.
Absolutely. I think if you wrangle a decent limit of fish, it should be able to get you in there. It'll be a larger turnout than what we had experienced in a solo event because it's a multi club event that we'll be running on June the 12th out of Lake Chickamauga. But yeah, I'm definitely confident. If I was a gambler, man, I'd put a few folding bills on Mr. Fisher Lloyd here to make that classic in October. And yeah, I would not want to bet against him on a schooling fall bite on Lake Barkley. I'm just saying, especially now that I know he's got some intel. You know what I mean? That's scary. So
I
that's
don't have
scary.
much intel on that place. My cousin that lives up there, all they do is catfish, so he's not going to be able to help me out any. But I got to play.
There's plenty of those.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. We've lost the share screen. We've got too many people in the house with 4 tournaments tonight. So we had to kick the share screen out. But let's bring on our second place finisher with 75 inches. Mr. Returning to the pod, Daniel Lyons, man. What's going on?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, man. Good.
Good to
Give
see you
people
again.
that refresher course. Let them know where you're from.
Yep, Knoxville, Tennessee.
There you guys have it. So, Daniel, break down this day. I mean, it looks like you were pretty consistent. You called out twice.
Yep.
Kind of break down your day and your techniques and what you were using.
Yeah, so on that morning, I haven't fished Parksville. I don't have a lot of history there. I think I've been on that lake twice. Didn't practice, so I just grabbed the best move I made was when I was walking out the door that morning. I grabbed 3 jerk baits and I only needed 2 of them. And I proceeded to just take a long motor to the back of a pocket, first thing off, like right at launch, and just mark every brush pile, see where the fish were positioned, with side scan and down scan all the way out. And then found a few fish in the back, but they weren't really doing much shallow. But when I looked back, I saw some fish breaking over the middle of the pocket. So picked up the jerk bait and pretty much I don't know how many fish I caught on that jerk bait. It was probably, 20, 25 fish. And they were just like Fisher was saying, being a herring lake, being a spotted bass lake. As soon as those fish would see, they were primarily where I found the better fish were windblown points, but deep points. And those fish would be in about 30 foot of water and then sometimes suspend at about 15 to 20. And as soon as that jerkbait would hit the water, you twitch it a few times, get it down, they would just rock it up straight to it. And you'd see, 12, 13 fish just coming after it. Had a double, brought in two in the net. And it was just it was a heck of a good catching day. Just some of the size wasn't there.
Heck yeah. That's for an angler that fished the north side of the lake, that's kind of frustrating to hear, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently they didn't have much rafting going on, so there's not a lot of current, which really hurts that bite. But that's awesome. I mean, with limited amount of experience, how did you choose that spot? Did you just kind of go on your gut intuition, or?
Yeah, there's only a couple ramps that you can use there, so we just picked that other ramp closer to that deeper water, and just rolled out and said, well, let's just use it as kind of a practice day. We'll see what the day brings, and just fish, just kind of have fun fishing, and that's what it was. It's a beautiful lake. It's ultra clear water. Put a jerkbait in my hand, and I'm pretty happy.
Heck yeah. Did you happen across any muskie sightings while you were out there?
I did not, but I know there's a lot of muskie. I know right below that dam, whenever you're up there at top and you can look down, there are some gigantic muskie in that river below that
Mm.
dam. But yeah, I have seen them in there before. Didn't hook it into any this time, but I did catch a pretty. It also has some big old walleye in it because I was throwing a football jig and hooked into something, and I was like, man, whatever this is, feels pretty big. And it came up, and it was pretty quite a big walleye on a football jig.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
if you
man,
had
didn't it?
your cooler on your Hobie or
I
not, but
didn't, man. I didn't. I
that'd
didn't.
be
It
a
was too
good
big.
sandwich right there.
I would have definitely want to bring that thing home. It's full of perch too in there, but didn't catch any
Yeah.
perch this time. Well, no, I did catch one perch, but yeah, just big old walleye. Wish I would have had a
Heck
bigger
yeah.
cooler.
Yeah, and the USA Bassin kayak trail is sponsored by Bubba. So hey, shout out to Bubba Fillet Knives,
Yeah,
making one of the best knives in the business. Uh, if y'all catch us some walleye, get you a Bubba knife. There you go.
yeah.
Paid
They make some
advertisement, baby.
solid.
Paid advertisement.
They make some solid stuff.
Yeah, they
But
do. Yeah.
like Fisher was saying, it was being at Herring Lake, I figured, jerk bait, minnow profile. I'm not great at shaking a minnow, but I'm pretty darn good with a jerk bait. So yeah, I just used it all day. And one of the cool things, Copper Red
Mhm.
is my sponsor, and I helped design this color. This is the matte shad, and that's what I started out with. And then once the sun got up and they weren't firing on it, I went to this one that's pretty clear. It's called
Yeah,
Ozark Shad. It's pretty nice
that's a
bait.
good
And the
looking
cool
bait.
thing about this, it's a very slow sink. So you could just sit there and watch it, count it down to about 8 foot, and then just start working as fast as you can, just like what Fisher was doing with that credge. And yeah, they would just the whole school would come up.
Boom. Well, I mean,
Awesome.
just like every tournament you've been in this year, you've showed up and showed out. Uh, but unfortunately, man, I mean, let me tell you about this next guy, OLG, Lance Guerin, 2 up, 2 down, I believe. I think this is your second tournament with us this year, and uh, second first place finish this year. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Dang, man, I think they had a song
86
back in the
and three
late
quarters.
'90s. Oh yeah, he didn't just win. I mean, he slapped us across the Bubba board and made us look a little bit foolish out
Yeah.
there. But hey, welcome back to the show, Lance Guerin. Like Chad said earlier, go ahead and remind the folks, not that you're just a fishing superstar, but what you fish in, where you come from.
Yeah, I'm from Harrison. I'm fishing out of a Hobie 14. Um, yeah, I actually got out the day before on the lake. I've actually fished up the north end, and the water temperature was like 63, and not a lot was going on for me. So I really just threw a Hail Mary and chose the south end of the lake. And um, I was actually surprised that there was 5 other kayaks in there that morning. And I almost messed up. I didn't even look at normally me, I don't even look at the identifier um, till I catch my first fish. Then I'll, get the Sharpie out and write down. Bad thing about that southern portion of the lake is you don't have very good service. So I was fixing to have to turn around and idle back in and ask one of the other guys what the identifier was. So I about messed up and did that. But yeah, no, I started out first thing in the morning, noticed that 68-degree water temperature, and started on a point. And I think it was like 4 minutes in, I caught an 18-inch fish. Um, and I actually didn't see a lot going on around me. So I just picked one of the creeks, and I know a couple of the guys went into the other one. So I just tried to pick a creek that I could kind of have by myself. So I ended up putting the Newport, on high, and spent probably 10 minutes going towards the back of the creek. And the game plan was actually throw a drop shot around, some bluff walls, and try to get at least 5 bites, and then go throw a glide bait and see if I couldn't trick some of those larger fish to come up and eat. Tried the drop shot game, didn't do anything. Tried the glide bait, had a 5-pounder come out like second cast, didn't seem very interested. And about that time, I looked back towards the back of the pocket, and I noticed that they were schooling, not like, 50 15 or 20, but just one here, 50 yards over, one there. So I went over with my scope and started scoping, and it was interesting. Traditional scope, you see the fish, you throw to them, and they didn't seem very interested. I threw some top water. They didn't seem very interested. So I actually didn't have any flukes with me. I wish I did, but I did have a Crush City minnow, and I would throw that thing out there and I'd work it. And like the other two said, the wolf pack would come up and hunt it down. And yeah, I ended up catching probably 20. It was really tough that day because the wind was blowing, and it made it tough for those schoolers. I don't know. Once the wind started blowing, they didn't seem to want to come up and show themselves. That's when it's easy. But I just let the wind blow me back towards the back of the pocket, and then I would work up and try to just be as I wouldn't use the motor to sneak up on them. I would try to have my live scope on about 80 feet, find out where there was a pod of them at, and then set up. I would try to get no closer than 50 feet, make that 70-yard cast or 70-foot cast, and then work that bait as fast as I could. I ended up catching that 86 3/4, and by about noon, and I tried to upload. Once I had 5, and the pocket I was in just didn't have service, so I said, well, I better go out to the main lake and see if I can get some service and see what kind of see if I need to go, I guess, largemouth hunting. And got out there, and I noticed probably, I don't know, there was only 2 anglers that had uploaded. So I said, well, this is going to be a fun way in. You really don't know what anybody has. And it ended up being a good day. I think the only thing I would have liked was to see a big largemouth, but I guess they were shy that day.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And I didn't get a chance to look at the leaderboard until I got to the Bus Bar and Grill, where it's guaranteed a good time and Wi-Fi. But when I saw that, and there you go, that's the customary first place trophy on top of the Happy Gilmore check. You get the silly pint in the USA Bassin colors. But when I saw that, our judge had sent me the results, I I just looked over at Lance. He's just leaning against Paul. I'm like, did you have a good day? Yeah. Yeah, beat us by over a foot. So whenever you start counting your victories by feet instead of inches, you had a good day. You're a hell of an angler, and an even better person. Shout out to your victory. And anybody you want to? Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to. You want to do the kudos now, Chad, to the flowers, or you want to
Yeah,
wrangle everybody
we've
up
got
on the
some
end?
other people trying to get into the
Yeah.
studio, so let's go ahead and do some kudos now.
Yeah, let's
So
go ahead and shout, get Lance, and then we'll work it back in reverse order. So, Lance, if you want
Sounds
to thank
good.
anybody,
Yeah, I think the biggest is just my family, the support system. And the next, I can't do it without, the gear. Have some great friends over at Talking Tackle. The guys over at Sniper Marine. If you're not using a sniper pole, those things come really handy if you are doing the scoping game, just to be able to, pick that up out of the water and put your trolling motor on high and get where you're going and put it back in. And then it takes care of it too. So, that's it. Appreciate y'all for putting it on, and looking forward to the it's probably going to be 5 or 6 tournaments on the lake in June. It's going to be crazy, but the lake should be on fire. So,
yeah, it should
Well,
be a
buddy,
good time.
the wallpaper back there is looking good. Couple big first place USA Bassin checks hanging up back there. Looks good. It's a good
Yeah.
kind of wallpaper.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
10 out
How
of
about you,
10.
Daniel?
Mr. Pro Neighbor.
Yeah. So for me, it's dugout bait and tackle, Hobie fishing, copper red baits. I plan on slinging their frogs this weekend on the tournament on Nickajack. Little Miami Outfitters. He made a custom jerkbait rod for me, so was in my hand all last weekend, and hopefully it'll be in my hand this weekend too, along with the frog rod. Yep, like Lance said, Sniper Marine is fantastic. They make great stuff. And then just plug our little vacation rental on Lake Haven at Chickamauga.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got that thing probably rented out on June 12th already. Do you know, or is it available?
I'm pretty sure I booked it out myself, but I think there might be room if anybody's interested.
Absolutely. Beautiful place right there on the waters of Lake Chickamauga. So,
Yep, I just drove down here
congratulations.
tonight, so I'm here right now.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, yeah, got the wainscoting in the background, man. It's a good looking place there. I like the trim work. Looks good.
Yeah, thank you.
We appreciate you, Daniel. And again,
Yes,
Daniel's
sir.
a hell of a stick. And if he looks familiar, it's because he wins and
He's been
always
here.
gets. Yeah, he's
Him and
always.
Lance,
Thanks.
frequent
Number
flyer miles,
3, third time on.
Come on.
for sure.
Coming from my
Love it.
job, Chad. All right.
Yeah.
And
Fisher.
then there was one, Mr. Fisher Lloyd.
Got to get through this before my phone dies.
Yeah, don't die.
As always, all glory to God letting us get out there in the first place. Want to thank Slot Tech, let's see, Stealth Lures, Marine Makeover Solutions, Bully Baits US. There's a couple others, but I'm not looking at a list and I can't remember. So
Well, hey, man, congratulations. We appreciate you fishing with us as always. You got a name like Fisher Lloyd. You're bound to end up on a fishing podcast from time to time. And I got a funny feeling this won't be the last we hear from you. So appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you catching them fish. And we'll see you here in a few weeks on Lake Chickamauga.
yes, sir. Thank y'all.
See y'all.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys, for being here. We appreciate the heck out of you.
Yeah, thank y'all. Appreciate you.
We got more to go, Jason. We have only just begun with tournament talk for the night. But
Yeah,
now
sorry.
we got to bring in that way Andy.
Oh, Andy. Yeah,
What's up,
Mr.
buddy?
What's crack-a-lackin', Andy?
Not much. What's going on, guys?
You ain't driving now. That's a plus.
Yeah.
That's in the win column.
Yeah, exactly. Finally got home.
My guy was like high def focused on the passenger seat of his phone, and you just see trees in the background going. Bah, I mean, like, oh my gosh. Yeah, one of my live studio audiences just fired up his pickup truck. You know, it's Dayton. We ain't got no exhaust out here.
I like it. So
But he gave me a
Andy,
warning this week.
let's jump into the team tournament. Obviously, we can't share a screen tonight because we have got the house packed with different anglers tonight. So if you can let us know how many you had, kind of what went on through the team tournament and the online, and then we'll start bringing in some of the guests.
Yeah, we had a pretty good turnout. I believe we had 14 this time, total anglers, so 7 teams. It was actually a pretty good month. Everybody caught fish. And we actually had our first, well, not our first, this month will be our first lady angler team, which is pretty exciting. But last month we did have 2 lady anglers that joined us. And so slowly we're growing, like Jason was saying earlier, all kinds of walks of life that, come and join us and fish and enjoy the outdoors. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, it was a pretty good month. Seems like the fish were definitely biting. I don't know if they're finally coming off of their beds or if it's prime time still out there. Unfortunately, with work, I haven't been able to get out much. But yeah, so we had some good finishes this month, and our first and second place were actually pretty close to the century belt. So our first place was only an inch and a half away. So maybe he'll be able to crack that 100 and get that belt soon. But yeah, other than that, pretty good month. Seems like I said, everybody caught fish and had fun.
Yeah, I'm still in love with the belt and your team format that you're running over there for your month long. Now it is a month long for the team, right?
Yeah, month long for the team, and then the individual standings for the month long is what counts towards the qualification for the national or the classic on Lake Barkley. So those are all 50-point tournaments. So
Heck yeah. So yeah, man, let's dive into it, man. Let's give you had 7 different teams, it sounds like. So let's get these anglers up here, and we'll let you kind of introduce them, Andy.
Yeah, definitely. First place we had Gordy Quillen and his teammate, his dad, Gordon Quillen. So they got first place in the team side, and then Gordy was first on individual standings, and Gordon was second. Gordy also had big fish. He caught a 21 and a quarter largemouth, and he ended up with 98 and a half inches for his best five. And then Gordon had a pretty good month as well. He ended up with 97 inches for his best five. So I'll let the guys share how it went for them.
All right, Gordy, you're up, buddy. Let's start with you. Let us know how your month shook out for you, and how did you go about splitting up your time on the water? You like sun up to sundown, 25 days out of the month, or you a weekend warrior? I mean, how did it work out for you? Break it down for us.
Well, for the most part, my fishing time is basically is tournament related. It's full days, and I might get a day every other week when I work a Saturday that I have a weekday to go out and kind of mess around. But other than that, I might fish, 6 days a month, something like that. It was a really good month.
Yeah, it looks like I mean you're no stranger to winning and cashing those big Gilmore checks. You've got an assortment of wallpaper behind you there. Um, and this is not your first run around with USA Bassin either. Your face looks oddly familiar on this here podcast.
Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Excellent. So did you
Actually, a few of those fish that were registered for that month-long tournament came in the tournament I spoke to you about previously. So
excellent.
that actually played into the month-long. So that was nice.
Oh, heck yeah. So I mean,
Sure.
yeah, the another cool thing about Andy's format here, I mean, you get that opportunity to always be double dipping and those guys that have like a really badass practice where you go out and you just lay the hammer to them, be like, oh, I mean, you hear it in every tournament. Well, I really caught them good in practice. In this situation, they count. You know what I mean? So it's a heck of a way to add up, some tournament experience and get some money at the end of the month. It's a good practice and a good fun way to fish a tournament. So yeah, shout out to you, Andy, for putting this together. And Gordy, obviously, it sounds like you did your fishing over different tournaments, so you kind of spread your love across the area. You weren't focused in on one body of water. Is that correct?
Yeah. There was a few different places. We had Sussex County Ponds tournament here in Delaware. That was with our club River Runners, and then the first USA Bassin tournament with Andy was the Salisbury Ponds. My big fish actually came. I had a day to kind of practice. There's a river around the corner from my house, and I usually gauge it to kind of see what the fish are doing. Around the spawn, there's a spot that I know that they usually go,
Mhm.
and I'll go check that and see kind of what the fish are doing, and then I can kind of apply that to a lot of the bodies of water, in the area. So as it turned out, I got there, I found the fish, and then of course found the big one.
Heck yeah. Well, congratulations on teaming up for the victory. And where did you finish in the over? Did I catch that earlier? No.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Where did you finish in the overall for the individual?
Oh, I think it was first. I think I had
First place is
Yeah.
that correct? Well, shoot,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, first place. Yeah, he ended up with 98 and a half inches for first place on the individual side.
Oh heck yeah! So just barely shy of that century bell, about an inch and a half.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah. Well, hey man, there's always next month, right?
It may take a month long to win that century belt the way we're going around here, guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna get scary. Now I know the month long events don't qualify for the century belt, but Gordy is obviously around quality fish, so I think he's gonna threaten that with a 1 day tournament, no doubt.
Hope so.
Let's get Pops in here. Gordon, how are you doing?
Good
man?
evening. I'm doing good.
So let's break down the month long. How did everything go for you? Did you have the same thing as Gordy where you had a few upgrades in the Johnson Pond tournament?
Well, actually, I kind of just went out pre-fishing the first weekend of the month for another one of our club ran for pre-fishing for that tournament, and I put up 175 inches that day with 10 fish. So I had a pretty decent day there. Caught a lot of fish, and yeah, I mean it was a good day. And then I padded it up a little bit as the month went through. Picked up a few here and there to add on to it, but and most of the fish this season has been on the Kraken squid sticks, the plastic stick bait.
Yeah,
Nice.
shout out to Andy and those Kraken tackle, man. I got me a little care package in the mail. I'm a little
For
excited.
sure.
I might have got it like a day late of my tournament, but hey, I didn't want to embarrass the boys with my selection of Kraken tackle and really hand it to them, so they got a lucky break. But sorry for the folks fishing Chickamauga. The Kraken's gonna be released.
Yeah. Now it looks like we've got one other angler in the house. Let's get to him. Let's share the love here. Matt, how's it going, buddy? You're on mute.
There we go. All right. I'm great.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. Just to introduce yourself, tell the folks at home where you're from and what kind of kayak you're fishing in this season.
Well, my name is Matt Littleton. I'm from Salisbury, Maryland, fishing out of a Hobie PA 14. Had that a few years. Great boat. Yeah, that's about it.
So let's hear about the month long, man. Give us a little lowdown on the strategy that goes into picking up and fishing one of these things for a whole month, and kind of how you went about it.
Well, with my work schedule, it seems like pretty much all my fishing is tournament related. It's about don't get to do a whole lot of fun fishing, and with the month long, that I was able to add a lot of fish. Fishing other tournaments, river runners mainly, and a couple days out having fun. But it's been an awesome month, man. I mean, the fish are just eating anything you throw at them. Of course, that stick bait that Andy's got there does a lot of the work, especially on the slow days. But yeah, I mean, it's just been phenomenal. Probably caught more fish in the first part of this year than I did all of last year.
Boom. That's always good when you
Yeah,
you can.
it's starting out good. It feels good.
Heck yeah. Yeah. A little confidence goes a long, long way, man. That way
Yeah.
you spend more time thinking about tackling some big bass and not what's written above your refrigerator behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have my studio set up yet.
Oh no, I love it. I think this is
No.
great. And this podcast ain't turned into nothing but a Kraken tackle paid advertisement. Ain't that right, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'm
gonna
here
get
to
hit
tell
with
you.
the bill. He's gonna get hit with the bill, baby.
Actually, something cool about Matt's finish. So he actually tied with another angler, Tyler Dufford, and they both got 94 and 3/4 inches. Both had 20-inch fish. So the tiebreaker ended up the second biggest fish. Matt had a 19 and a half, and Tyler had a 19. So he was able to get third place with that half-inch bigger on their second fish. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Oh yeah, that makes for an exciting tournament too. When you go to a tiebreaker and then you gotta go to the second fish to break the tie of the tiebreaker. That's good times and shows you got some solid competition up there and some good waterways.
Sure. And, you guys are getting close at this point. I know Gordy and Gordon for sure. Man, you guys are right there, almost qualified for the big show. Is it in your mind? Are you guys ready to get qualified and head to beautiful Lake Barkley?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I've been looking at all the campgrounds, Airbnbs.
I tell you, we posted one of the coolest ones. So we just got back from there, obviously, and we got toured around the little town of Katawa, Eureka. If you guys are looking for a good camp spot that's up near the dam area, it's super clean, super nice. Got a nice flat gravel, concrete area where you could throw down a tent, and man, you're right there on the water. You can just watch the sunrise, watch the sunset. Well, when you watch the sunset, you're going to be on the water for sunrise. But very close to the weigh-in or the award ceremony area. Definitely check out that area. It's worth looking into. And we got some more stuff we'll be throwing at you guys here in the next couple of days. Rumor has it, gentlemen, there might be a hotel room up for grabs. Might be a hotel room that somebody might win one. Just saying.
Free
Just saying.
lodging
It's out
never
there.
hurt nobody.
Man,
It's out there.
that'd be nice.
Oh, almost as good as a free drink over at Hubie's or something. You know what I mean? That's good times.
That's a real good time. Well, guys, anything you guys want to add? Continue to add to the month long, and or fill us in about? You got any questions for each other?
I just want to say thank you to everybody for participating, especially these guys. Without the anglers, we wouldn't really have a series, let alone a monthly series. So I'm appreciative of that, and glad that everybody's joined in on this new adventure, I guess, for USA Bassman as well, the new format. So thank you to everybody.
Yeah, and thank you for doing it to it. And congratulations. Congrats, guys.
Andy's the man. So let's start with Matt. Is there anybody that you guys want to thank or shout out before we switch to the next tournament?
Well, I guess I have to thank my wife for letting me do this because I am self-sponsored totally, Andy, and so yeah, she's got to put up with all the fishing and all the Bass Pro Shop boxes coming to the house and seeing the bank account getting depleted all the time. But,
I can show you how to like this stuff. We can work that
out. I try. Seems like the UPS man shows up at the worst time.
Busted.
Always.
Always.
All right, let's hit these GQs. Let's go, GQ.
Well, there again, just like Matt, I thank my wife for allowing me to go out and fish as much as I do. I don't think there's been a weekend since probably the second week of March that I haven't been on the water. And my sponsors, Andy, and my local State Farm agent, and my company I work for, Miller Metal Fabrication. And then, a testament to Andy's squid sticks. I've got one of the squid sticks right here that I used in a tournament this last weekend that we had. And it was a first time we've had a no creel limit. And it catch as many 12-inch fish over 12 inches as you can. And I caught 15 fish on this bait right here, the single bait. Didn't break it out or wear it out. Dang. And put up 292 inches.
And you can go out there and use that boy next week. Come on.
I can, or I can grab a new one because Andy keeps me in fresh supply.
Yeah. And man, GQ, you're GQ when you got Jake from State Farm as a sponsor. I mean, come on. What are we doing here, Chad? I mean, come on. All right,
I'm working with the insurance agents.
GQ Junior.
Again, the wife, the kids, supporting and loving me and all throughout all the craziness, not only the me being gone to fish when I'm home. I love to talk about it too. Then there's my mom that always follows up with us. She'll talk to me at the end of the day, and she's been following on Tourney X and stuff like that, and that's cool to kind of hear. So it starts there. As far as sponsors, Andy, Crack and Tackle, it's also awesome dealing with him. We've helped him design some lures, and they've paid off really well for us. And like Dad said, we had a tournament this past weekend. It was a no limit tournament, and Andy was here Saturday night dropping off fresh baits that played a key role for me the next day. So can't say enough about Andy and all he's done for us. My buddy Tyler DeFord that you spoke with before with Podium Paints, he's doing his thing painting baits, and he's kind of getting his feet wet with the soft plastics, doing pretty well. He's actually kind of designed one of the new, we'll call it the urchin style baits, but it's got a rattle in it, so it kind of gives it a little bit of a unique twist for some of our not so clear waters here. Might be an interesting thing to check out. So you have to keep up with his website for that. And then Alpha Elite Tackle, check out their website. I'm a big JDM nut. Line, hooks, and all that stuff, super important. It's one thing to catch them with Andy and Tyler's baits, but it's another to get them in the kayak. So got to have the good gear, and that's one of the best places to get it.
Heck yeah. GQ too. Appreciate you guys. And I wasn't gonna let Andy talk, but since there's literally this is
bait time
Andy's,
shout out.
Andy's show.
Let's give him the floor.
We had a comment, asking you, Andy, if you were taking team applications for your pro staff. That
it's
popped
Rudy,
up down there.
by the way.
The answer then is no. I am his agent. If you watched last time, I believe I was part owner of Kraken Tackle, self-made, and Rudy, you're out. All right, Andy. No, all joking aside, man, go ahead and shout out all your lovely teammates and your peoples that you want to give flowers to, buddy.
Yeah, definitely. Like the rest of the guys said, my wife, she puts up with my crazy work schedule and also the time that it takes me to make these quality baits because I don't just mass produce these things. I want to make sure they have quality and or they're made with quality and kind of cliche, but a little bit of love. That's what the passion I have for fishing. So, and I have a great team behind me. Puts these things to the test to make sure every product that we come out with is 100% before we release it. But yeah, thank you guys for everything you do behind the scenes as well, because you guys do handle a lot of this stuff for USA Bassin on the kayak side. So thank you so much for that.
It's a pleasure, especially when we got people like you, flying the flag out there. It makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely.
You guys kill it out there day in and day out on the local level. And shout out to you. We appreciate you guys. Without the tournament directors, we wouldn't have anglers, and without anglers, we wouldn't be here talking right now. So good on you for doing that.
Sure. For sure. Well, guys, we have got to, unfortunately, hide everybody back down. I'm going to try not to mute myself. But thanks for being here again tonight. We know we're pushing everybody through just as quick as we can with the 4 tournaments, but we do appreciate you guys' time, and we'll hopefully see you guys on the next one.
All right, yeah,
I
hope
will
to be
see
back.
Andy. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Yeah.
fellas.
Guys,
We're
appreciate
going to
it.
hide you back down
All right,
below.
thanks,
and
guys.
move on to the next one.
Boy, here we go. We're halfway through the big show. We've got two up, 2 down, man.
2 up, 2 down. Let's see. Where are we at in the line? We have got more to go. I think let's blow. We've got Texas here. Nobody from Texas is in the house, Jason, but we can, I think, share screen. I think we can pop Texas on here real quick and just give these guys some flowers here. So 19 anglers showed up at Palestine in Texas for stop number 3 of the Texas Division Trail. It looks like we had some good numbers. I mean,
I thought when our little messenger blew up earlier, one of our judges had shown us a picture of what could only be described as a freshwater tuna. When I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna have us a century belt. I mean, look, that looks so fake. Look at the size of that freaking fish. And I shouldn't say that in Texas. I know there's been some issues in Texas, but this right here is a daggum stud. That is a tank. I mean, hey, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this on an audio
24
file,
and
cool.
3/4.
24 and 3/4, and it's hanging off the catch board 3 inches to the top, 2 inches to the bottom. If you're watching this show, drop a comment on what you think that weighed. I mean, it's all day.
It's a
11,
dadgum
12.
tank, man.
I mean, it's built.
It's a big fish.
It's built, and it's got a little beat up on the tail. Obviously,
Post spawn fish, and it's that big.
just cleaning up. Yeah, and yeah, she's still. I mean, she's gotten back on. She
She
went
got
straight
back on the feed
straight to
bag.
Golden Corral. She went straight to Golden Corral, man.
Hmm
She did not stop. She did not pass go. She dropped the kids off and went feeding.
hmm she is a big and
Yeah,
certified, stamped, and approved. We need a belt for something like a 25-inch belt or something.
yeah.
We
You're
need to
gonna
come
need
up
a
with
bigger
more.
belt. Yeah, that
We're gonna have
thing's
to come
giant.
up with something bigger.
But
I don't
unfortunately,
think she could
couldn't get it.
wear. I don't think she could wear the 100-inch belt. She's so round.
Oh, no way, dude. That thing's gargantuan. And
But let's
yeah,
get
let's
up
get
here
into
to
the digits.
third place. Let's talk about third place. We're going to jump ahead. We have got a lady angler in the house, Vicky McCluskey, 80 and 3/4 rounding out third place here. Her big fish of the day was 17 and a quarter. Not a
Boom.
bad fish.
No,
Not a
not a
bad fish
bad
at all.
fish. Not a bad fish. Shout out to our female anglers out there. This
Hmm
the beautiful thing about fishing is it's non-discriminatory. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what color you are, what sex you are, how old you are. The fish do not care. They will not bite for you, just like they won't bite for anybody else. And you beat out a stick like Jeff Isom. He's been around a long, long time. And she went up there and slapped him down into fourth place. So shout out to you, Vicky, on your third
hmm
place finish.
Yeah, for sure. And moving on up the line, I mean, Brian Thomas
BT, yeah.
catches a 20, and he's probably thinking, man, I might have big bass.
Mm-hmm.
I might
Well,
have big bass.
but you in Texas, son. Texas. Okay.
Texas.
And 20, well, I mean, you catch 20, 19 and a quarter, 18 and a half. I mean, you're rolling to a phenomenal limit. But unfortunately, you had a couple squeakers there at the bottom end. And that knocked him out. He had a solid bag of fish for three. But a 14 and a
Mhm.
half and a 13 and a quarter just couldn't upgrade those on the Bubba leaderboard on Tourney X. So he fell just a half an inch short um, of the overall win. Damn. Yeah, that's
It's a good
another.
fish.
It's a good fish. I like that. Speaking of
Post
Bubba,
spawn.
speaking of Bubba,
Mhm.
got that Bubba Gump lip. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Shrimping.
He said there's Senkos, there's
Yeah.
cracklins, there's all kind of stick
Orbs.
worms,
Floating orbs.
floating
Uh,
orbs.
John Mooney, first place down there in the big state of Texas.
Mhm.
22-inch as
Yeah.
his anchor fish this week.
Let's see that
Let's
thing.
let's just take a look
gander.
at it.
Isn't it so fun? Oh yeah, it's a nice, solid, perfectly shaped fish. Still got a little blood on the tail, but I mean that thing
Little
is
bit.
shaped like a torpedo, man. It doesn't
Yeah.
have a knot on its head. I mean, if there was a supermodel of fish outside a little bloody tail, I mean that it might be a qualifying fish. It's perfectly
And
proportioned.
for all intents and purposes, I feel for you, John, because I mean, man, that's a good fish. And then
Yeah.
you like come and you're checking the leaderboard and you're like, man, there's a 24 and 3/4.
What?
I got to see it. I wonder how many people looked at that fish.
All
I
day.
would like to know on Tourney X if that was the big fish from last weekend. We need to find that out. The D Wayne can let us. We'll have to get with the D Wayne and find out for sure.
Here's another fun fact, Dwayne. If you're watching, if you can let us know, this would be good for the socials for anybody, for a tournament director or an angler, both. How many times someone clicks on a image of your fish? You know what I mean? How many clicks you get?
Yeah.
Because
How many
these
clicks did
kids,
your
it's all
fish
about the
get?
clicks. I wonder if he can record that data.
Probably.
Might
But
might be a feature for you.
but now it's time to head. Let's see, who do I got down here in the boxes? Let's go to the great state of New York.
Let's hear it
Can we?
for New York.
Neither one of us should ever sing.
No,
Ever.
ever.
It's just not allowed.
No, this is
Get your
decaf
share
coffee in
screen
this
fired
cup.
back.
So if it was Black Dog Brewing Company beer, I'd sing, but yeah, you still
The
wouldn't sound good.
The Adirondack Trail took off out of Saratoga this past weekend. Old Bill Short up there doing a heck of a job trying to grow the trail. And,
They caught us.
some good links. Lots of calling, it looks like, in the leaderboard. But Chris Smith is with us from the Saratoga event. Chris, how are you, buddy?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, man. Good. Give us a little background about you, man. Tell us where you're from and what kayak you're fishing out of this season.
Yeah. I'm in Queensboro, New York. I'm right here on the edge of the Adirondacks, and I'm rocking the new Native 12.5 Titan X.
Nice, man. Nice. So let's talk about this day a little bit. I mean, Saratoga is definitely a place that I have never been to. Tell us a little bit about your day, the conditions, and what you did to land here in third place for this tournament.
Well, the weather has been really wonky in this area, but for this tournament, there was wind predicted, and also there was temperatures cold again. Uh, we've had the nice days during, when the tournaments are not, and when the weather is, it decides to be cold for these tournaments, making brutal on the body, brutal on your hands. Just hard to hold on to the pole sometimes when you set that hook, and sometimes the pole gets away from you. Yeah, this is a nice one.
Yeah. So, appreciate you, coming on and showing us these beautiful fish. One thing that I've always loved about uh, the upstate New York area, just the northern strain largemouth in general, the colorations, the shapes of these fish, they're just built different. I mean,
They are.
they're gorgeous fish, but they're just like literally little footballs. It's kind of cool, uh, you know how they're built differently than the southern fish. Um, there it goes. I was like, man, how's that?
They've had some pretty big bucket heads on them, and all head, and as the big bodies, but a lot of times it's just all head.
Oh yeah,
Just trying to
and
get the length out of them.
looks like you went through quite a few fish, like a lot of your angler out there. Uh, Despite the tough, cool weather and the conditions, um, I mean, you definitely caught a lot of fish outside of the six that it shows you called out. Would you say you caught a lot more that were just small?
I caught a lot more. I probably caught a lot of 13s, 14s, 15s. A lot of 15s seem to be the average in that lake, and they just keep coming one after another. So once you get a nice limit, you're definitely trying to fight for something over that 16 mark. That
Yeah.
if you get anything over the 16, you're looking for something 17 or more to put you probably in the standings for this tournament, this lake. Anything above that, you're probably doing good. Anything with an 18, of course, is you're probably gonna a good chance. Just keep your head in there and keep grinding at it. But there's a ton of the 15s and 14s. You just got to weed through them and find those big ones.
Yeah, it looks like it's a very healthy fishery with uh, no shortage of limits in call fish up and down the Bubba Tourney X leaderboard there for sure. So yeah, man, definitely shout out to you and congratulations on a third place finish. You uh, plan on fishing with us the rest of the way up there in the Empire
Do my
State?
best. Do my best. Work pending.
Yeah, I see. You maybe rocking a Chevy dealership there.
I am. I work for Denoyer Chevrolet. We're out of Albany, New York. About a 45-minute drive every day. Been doing that for 16 years now.
Yeah. Hey, man, heartbeat of America. Let's go.
You got it. GM guy.
Absolutely. Well, good job, man. Congratulations. And yeah, it looks like you got a couple of cold water species. Looking like they're trying to attack your head there. There you go.
Yeah, look at, I've got a steelhead behind me and a nice Chinook salmon.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's again, gotta love the north, baby. Got all kinds of variety up there.
We do. You just got to get out there and enjoy it.
Heck yeah. Who else we
thanks
got
for
on the
letting-
show tonight, Chad? We got anybody else? Did Mr. Bill make the show tonight?
Well, Mr. Bill was having trouble getting into the studio. But he did, man. He did have one heck of a fish out there this past weekend, enough to take home that big bass top honor. It looks like with a 20 and 3/4 inch. So shout out, Bill.
Yeah.
I know
Shout
he's
out
probably watching the Red Sox right now, and he hasn't sent
Red
me any
Sox.
score updates.
Oh, whatever. You know
me
why
and
he's not
Bill-
on the show, Chad?
Because
He's got cold feet. He's got cold feet. What was the water temperature up there?
No.
Would you look at that boat? He got 6 inches.
55.
55. He's got 6 inches of 55-degree water in the bottom of that boat.
I believe that was
Shout
his
out,
first
Bill.
fish of the day too.
Well, it's a good one. Again, we talked about these beautiful fish. All joking aside, with his reel sitting there in that pond of the front deck he's got. But yeah, that's a heck of a fish, and that's going to win him, big bass for that particular tournament, putting him a little higher on the payroll. In addition to that second place finish, Mr. Bill not short on bass. With a second place finish, big bass for sure. And I know he had said something in our group chat, maybe Benjamin Baumhorst,
Yep.
our first place finisher, wasn't going to be able to make the show tonight.
Yep.
But he had a very solid limit. We had Chris talking earlier about, those 18-inch class fish. He definitely, obviously had one at anchored his limit with a 19 3/4. But then, those 17 1/4, 17 1/4 fish that had eluded, a lot of our anglers below, definitely, hey, two of those goes a long way. And then you get a couple slightly above average fish. And there you are, 87 3/4. He definitely, like everybody else in that top five, did a lot of calling. He got his limit of 5 plus called 7 times. And like Chris alluded to earlier, I'm sure he probably weeded through a bunch of bookend 15s, just like everybody else. So shout out to Mr. Benjamin Bornhurst. I guess that's an RN. I look like a M from here, but if I butchered your name, I'm super sorry. All you have to do is win another one and come on and tell me how to say it. That's all I got to say about that. But Chris, why we got you on the screen? Was there anybody you wanted to give a shout out to?
Just I want to thank my wife for mostly dealing with my shenanigans and got to take away from the weekend from her, but also from my work. Denoyer Chevrolet is stands behind me, and thank you for letting me take these some of these weekends off to do this. So I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Oh man, absolutely. We appreciate you,
Absolutely.
and hopefully, the good folks at the Chevrolets will give you a little more time off so you can qualify for that USA Bassin Classic in October, and slide down to Lake Barkley and the northern part of Kentucky. Have you ever fished down in that area before?
I actually have lived in Tennessee for 3 years.
Nice.
There we go. Tennessee. What part of Tennessee
I
you
like
live
it.
in?
I actually lived right in Gallatin, which
Okay,
is
yeah.
right by Old Hickory, and
Yep.
the Barkley and Kentucky Lake is not far from getting there. So
No, not
a
far
different
at
style
all.
of fishing down there. You got your river systems, and then you got the lakes, which is you put your hand on one of those fish for the first time, you're sold. You wouldn't take nothing to move there.
No, they're meaner than most fish down there. And once you catch a 14 incher and you think you've got a northern 5-pounder.
That's the spotted bass are a mean fighting fish too, but they don't get really much in length. I don't believe, if I remember right, but they do fight really well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But heck yeah, man. Well, congratulations to you on a solid
sure.
third place finish and getting some super good points for the that classic. That hey, could be a little homecoming for you, man. We'd love to have you down there.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for letting me come on.
Absolutely.
Is there anybody that you want to thank before you go? Or did we already? I was judging fish,
Yeah.
Jason, so
Yeah.
that's my fault. The weeknight
He
tournament going
did.
on, guys. In case you didn't know. I'm judging fish doing a podcast, among other things. So I
got
apologize
this,
for this.
Chad. I got this.
I know you do. I'm ashamed. Chris, I apologize.
He
Thanks for
just
being
wanted to
here.
make sure your wife got her flowers because it's Mother's Day this weekend.
Well,
folks.
as soon as I
Just-
said it, I knew.
Mother's Day, that's right.
All right, guys. Well, Chris, thanks for being here. We've got
You're
to go
welcome.
to Maryland now.
I appreciate it. Have a good
See you,
night.
buddy.
Man.
All right. Yeah. I'm making sure to, set everybody up, so they're.
I know I'm terrible. Look, I mean, I'm just over here judging fish, trying to make sure that I don't screw that up because I didn't want to ask anybody to judge the fish tonight because it's a weeknight. So I got it judged. We had a weeknight tournament.
Good job.
First USA Bassin weeknight tournament. Right now, with just at the end of it, it looks like we've got a winner in Jordan Potter. That he's leading this thing with 74 3/4, and it looks like he's fishing a river. All of his fish are brown. I'm not going to tell you where he's at.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's got a bag full of smallmouth with his two anchor fish being 17 3/4. So shout out to Jordan if you're listening to this while you're driving home because I think the tournament's pretty well over. But yeah, they're still uploading, so there's a chance. Bruce is not far behind him. Bruce Beechler. So
Hey, is Clarksville in limits for that at the Bass Pro Shops? Asking for a friend.
as long as you don't get caught and you mark it on the GPS.
Small lakes. Let's go.
You gotta be in a kayak. No, it's not a small lake. It's a weeknighter.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Rudy, how are you?
You're muted, Rudy.
You're muted. Rookie mistake.
Yep.
Here on
Rookie
hour
mistake.
2. Rookie mistake here on hour 2 of this pod. So Rudy, back in the house again this weekend. Give us a little rundown on. We were out on the Potomac this weekend, so take us to the Potomac, Rudy.
Well, the Potomac was we cleaned it off. I think it was 37 degrees this morning, and I think that's down 2 people away. We had 8 anglers, but the guys were cleaning for the fences. And I fished with Josh my son, and we changed up, went to a different location, found some fish, and I didn't really find anything worth calling until later in the afternoon, right before noise out. So it was a good day. I think 40 bush did a river float, and it paid off for him. So
Yeah, it looks like we got limits from the rooter to the tutor for all those anglers that fished with you out there this weekend.
it was pretty good. It was in the morning, 37 degrees this morning, and wind was blowing probably 15 to 20, making it feel colder. But it warmed up in the afternoon. The bite picked up. Everyone got their limit. Fish are definitely on the move. I know the bite's been a little off. Seems like they're coming off the spawning bed, but 20 inches. That's a citation fish for Josh in Maryland. So
Shout out to Josh
yeah,
for Big Bass.
I was just I think it's the TV smallmouth right now for Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, 20 inches of brown is always a good day for sure.
That's a happy day.
Yeah, happy day on the Cusacks.
Let's move up here to third place as we roll through this. Not to skip over anybody, but we are past the hour of time, and we know people don't want to listen to us that long. So shout out Shane Crawford with 17.5 as his anchor smalley for the day.
It's an interesting morning. I know he told me he overslept, and then made me a call from the water because he forgot his identifier. So he had to go back and get his identifier. So he actually only fished a half a day, put up a pretty good limit after getting back and getting situated. But one of us looking there, we see Shane on there. He's a local hammer, so
yeah,
we don't expect anything less. And Shane put us the best of it.
Yeah, and for folks watching the live stream here, if you notice, like on those larger fish, the orientation looked a little bit off, much like that one there. You're in a river tournament, Rudy, right? So you have the ability to get out and wade, um, to get through, shallow water or whatnot, as long as you're tethered to your kayak. Is that correct?
That's correct. Your life jacket has to be on, and they that's fully connected. I mean, closed up, and you have to be tethered to your kayak, and you can wade fish. We fish with a bunch of other trails that will level up with us. So the rule that we just send across the board if you like Bassmasters, KS, or any of those trails, always have to be tethered to the kayak.
Yeah, perfectly. Thank you for clearing that up. I know I've received a couple questions over that, and yeah, it's pretty. As soon as I heard, where you guys were fishing, I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. It's just he probably tethered to the kayak, probably out waiting. But yeah, so yeah, he got her done with a third place finish, and then that brings us to second place, and Mister Rich D getting it done for a silver finish on the Northern Waterways this weekend. Rich, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Man, we're good. We're doing good. We're blessed to see you. You got some Columbia gear decked out. Go ahead and
Yeah.
tell the folks at home who you are, where you're from, what you're fishing out of, and all the good stuff.
My name's Rich. I live in Keedysville, Maryland. I fish the Potomac a lot. And I'm fishing out of a bonafide SS 127 with a Newport NK 300 on the back.
Boom. Awesome. Yeah, great river boat. Definitely get you around with that NK 300. It's like a little rocket ship shooting up through the Potomac, man. So yeah, what worked good for you out there on the Potomac?
Well, I struggled first thing in the morning. It was pretty cold and I didn't dress appropriate. I was freezing. Around 8:30, I found some fish with spinner bait, and it just seemed like there was more in there than what I'd caught. So I changed it up to a crankbait, and then it was literally cast after cast. I started bringing them in. I probably caught about 30 fish, but they were all small. I had a couple.
Yeah.
I was lucky to get what I had.
Boom. Well, small fish, big fish. When you got goosebumps all up and down your body when you start catching them, it definitely warms you up.
Oh, it got real warm as soon as I started catching them.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. Just like the wind or the rain or anything else, we all bitch and moan about oh man, it's so windy, and then the wind starts blowing, you start catching them on a moving bait or something like that, and be like, oh man, that wind really helped me out. It was really good. But yeah, as anglers, it's either your best friend or your worst enemy, and it sounds like you made the conditions work for you. It's a pretty tough field when everybody catches a limit. You've got to do something to separate yourself, and you did just that. So you said you caught them on a spinner bait to start out.
Spinner bait and then crankbait, and every time I threw a chatterbait, I was either catching a catfish or a walleye. So I kind of left that sit for a little bit.
How do you think the fish are finally on the move now?
Oh, there we go. The third place angler was out, wading. Were you fishing deeper or?
No, I was fishing shallow. It was on just like some dead water right along swift current.
Nice.
Some pockets. And then I started finding them in the current, so
Just trying to give me any points.
Yeah, it's a beautiful looking fish on that really that fish really pops against that neon green catchboard. Definitely really makes the colors stand out. Gorgeous fish up there. Love me some smallmouth. But yeah, man, solid limit across the board. I know it might not be exactly what you wanted, but your first place competitor looks like he caught him pretty good. So, an average day for you, yeah, you caught fish 5 plus 5. You would have had to have some pretty good upgrades to catch them.
Yeah.
We talk about it a lot as anglers. Did you lose some fish that you look at the leaderboard when it's over and say, "Oh man,
I did. I lost a couple big ones, but I try not to focus on that because everybody loses them. It seems like.
You're absolutely right, man. You control the controllables, and I think you did just that. You've got a great attitude, and you got a second place finish, and some really valuable points to qualify you towards that classic. Are you going to make a run to fish that classic with us this fall on
I'm
Catawba?
I'm trying to. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I really want to. Yep.
Well, heck yeah, I know a guy up in that area that puts on about 50 tournaments a year, so you might be able to, hunt and peck around a little bit on that Tourney X site and find Rudy's tournaments and make a run at that USSN Classic down there on Lake Barkley. But boom, yeah, definitely congratulations on that. Is there anybody you wanted to give a shout out to while we got your pretty
Oh
face
yeah.
on the big screen?
Well, my girlfriend Emily, she does not complain about me spending as much time on the water as I do. And my buddy Nick that I work with at Lupo HVAC, and my buddy Justin, and I fish with all them guys a lot. So it's I'm pretty blessed in that department, and my friend Steve that I fished the Jackson series with too.
Heck yeah, man! Look at you shouting out the boys. I like it. I mean, you mentioned them. You mentioned Mama first. That'll keep you out of the doghouse and let you go hang out with the boys on the weekend.
Oh yeah, I've definitely learned how to do that.
Yeah, prioritize. But yeah. Shout out to the boys. We don't get enough love, bro love on the podcast, Chad. I think Rich D needs to get a little bro tap right there for shouting out the boys on the podcast tonight. Good on you, and congratulations.
Let's break down here first place real quick, Rudy, before we start wrapping this thing up.
Mark Bunch, man, he did himself a river float. I hadn't seen him, but he floated by me. Apparently, he found the bigger fish. So, great job for him. I was a little mad he forgot the big fish. So I didn't get that picture, but I do have it for him. But he did a pretty good river float. I think he floated probably 6 or 7 miles on the river. And the wind kind of helped. It was pushing down river, and he was talking about how fast he was getting pushed down the creek. But looks like he timed a couple 18 inches, and his smallest fish was 15. So great job for Corey. I'm sure we'll see his name again. And great job, Rich.
Yeah.
Rich, man. Rich is always up here in the top 5. He does a great job up there. Got his own little section of river.
Hey, Chad, hold that photo 1 second before you get rid of it. And this is just going to be a little bait for Corey to make it back on the show. I did happen across this gentleman's pictures during the judging portion last weekend, and I want to pay special attention to the tourney tag that matches the pants, that matches the shoes, that matches the shirt, that matches the kayak. I mean, this man is the most coordinated man in kayak fishing history right here, folks. If you can't recognize game recognize game, I mean, come on, America. Come on. JC Penney, get this guy a sponsor. You know what I mean? Sears Roebuck, whoever. TJ Maxx, I don't care. We need to get this man in some.
I don't think JC Penney's a thing anymore, bud.
I don't think Corey's outfit is a thing anymore. That's what I'm saying. Corey, come on, man. Get it together. You're too coordinated. Come on.
Coordination for the win.
I love it, man. He's dressed up from the rooter to the tutor. You got a first place finish, so I can't say anything about it. You look good doing it. Won by quite a margin, 86 inches to Rich's 80 and a quarter. So, I mean, about a 5-inch spread. So, shout out to Corey for getting it done and qualifying, getting them big qualifying points for Lake Barkley.
Absolutely. And gentlemen, we thank you both for being here. Obviously, we're at an hour and almost 30 minutes right now. So, Jason and I are going to close this thing down. Rudy, where are you guys headed to next?
Well, next will be on the Upper Bay, fishing a bubble better with PA kayak life stations. So it'll be May 23rd. So if you're available, come on out. And if you're a veteran and first responder, I have a Heroes in the Water event on the 16th of May in Pillsbury at the pond in Newland Pond. And if you want to get tired of catching bass, sign up for that. Come out and join me. It's a private pond, and I believe everyone tells me it's the first time they've ever got tired of reeling in fish. So, Heroes in the Water is one of the charities that we donate to for our trail. And we basically go out there and bring veterans, military, first responders, and their family, and get them out on the water for a little relaxation, camaraderie, and fish testing out of the kayak.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, we
All right, guys.
appreciate you.
Yes, for sure. I'm going to hide you guys down below, and Jason and I are going to exit stage left.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was we made it. That it feels like you're in a hurry to that many tournaments at one time, but we got there. 4 of them through the USA Bassin Kayak Award Show podcast, and thanks to all the guests that came out and participated in tonight's show. We know that obviously less than optimal. We're learning as we go with some of these features that StreamYard has for us. Like we were capped at 10 guests, so that's just part of it. This is part of it. We learn. We move on to the next one.
Yeah.
We learn, we move on to the next one. But this week in USA Bassin Land, in the kayak space, we've got a few tournaments going on. Obviously, one of them was tonight. But we've got a couple this coming weekend. Let me flip open my notes here.
Yeah, which is wild. It's just a couple days away from the weekend. Talking to you makes it kind of reset. And I started smiling towards the end of the podcast, not because we were almost done, because I realized, man, tomorrow's Friday. It ain't Tuesday. Tomorrow's Friday. So the weekend is upon us. I know we had a weeknighter tonight. We've got
a weeknighter tonight.
Clater Lake.
Clater Lake coming in on the 9th. And then we've got Indiana Small Lakes, the Indiana Small Lake Series. Fish, your favorite your little honey hole. No motors. No, you can have electric motors on your kayak.
No Bass Pro Shops.
No bass boats should be running on the lake that you're in. So it's a trolling motor only lake, and just get out there and have fun. But so 2 tournaments, a little bit slower week this week. Next week, Kayak Award Show will be back on Monday. We'll be back.
Yeah, I will be remote. I will be from the Marriott Nashville next week.
There you
go. We might go live. Well, we will be live. I might have a live studio audience. Might have a special guest, Mr. Morgan Wallen, or something like that. We're kind of a big deal. I mean, we've got Jake from State Farm on the show tonight. We've got
the least
Andy.
You could do is bring us Morgan Walmart.
The Great Value Morgan Walmart, dude. I love it, man. But he could be there. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's still plenty of time to get registered for the big classic that's coming up at Lake Barkley. There's still a ton of fishing left to go. We know some of the warmer places are wrapping up. Clater Lake's actually getting close to wrapping up. They've been bing, bang, boom. And then Rudy, the Potomac, it's pushing through pretty fast. So, get out there, get signed up. There's still a lot of fishing left to be done. Still a lot of points up for grabs to get to the USA Bassin Kayak Classic down there on beautiful Lake Barkley. And we hope to see you there.
I can't wait. I'm going to be there, Chad.
I'm going to be there. We're gonna be judging fish and giving out prizes.
Yeah, hopefully handing out some of them belts. Yes, let's go. Let's see some belts get thrown out.
But as always, thank you guys for watching. Check us out on Spotify, anywhere where you listen to your pods. We're there. Just type in USA Bassin. You can get episodes like this one and episodes of Bassin and Casting right there on that stream. So good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya. Leave them Broadway girls at home.
Yeah.